Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another thrilling episode of PROG Review. Today, we're going electronica. Oh, boy, are we going electronica. You're going to like this one. If you've read I don't know if you've read the title of the description. Can any of you read? Probably not. This is the Kingston University Stylophone Orchestra with their album Stylophonika. So it's got one of these fake obi strips in place. This is on the Spun Out of Control record label, and it's number 313 of 500. Right, well, obviously, it's all in the title. It's the Kingston University Stylophone Orchestra. Now, when I saw this advertised, I went, okay. But then I saw a couple of tracks on there. I thought, I've got to hear this. Now, this could be a thing of startling beauty or an absolute dog's breakfast. So I tentatively pre-ordered the record last year, and it's just been released this very week. For those of you who aren't aware, the Stylophone is a very small electronic and analog synthesizer. I suppose it is a synthesizer with a very unique kind of touchpad, and you use a stylus to activate the circuit, because basically you're making a circuit and then it makes a noise, makes a tone. Made famous by, can you tell me what it is yet? Rolf Harris. It's a shame they didn't have Rolf Harris in on this. They could have sold more copies. No, I'm not allowed to talk about Rolf Harris. Oh, that's a shame. But yeah, Rolf Harris was the face of Stylophone back in the 70s and into the 80s, I believe. But it was probably made most famous on a song called Space Oddity by a young fellow, David Jones. Bowie. I'm being clever, you see. And be one of those YouTubers who's being all clever, you see. And they cover. This is an album. I think there's only a couple of tracks on it that are not covers, but Space Oddity is indeed covered because it has that kind of swirly orchestral bit, which has the mellotrons and the stylophone on it. So it seems only natural that they should cover that song. So yeah, the company Dubrek, who manufacture the Stylophone, got in touch with Dr. Leah Cardos, who's the brains behind this group, and via Tony Visconti. Yes, this is co-produced by Tony Visconti. Again, that got me ears pricking up. Dubrek, the people that make the Stylophone, donated a number of instruments to the group, and so they've been able to practice and rehearse and come up with this rather unique album. And there is a real mixture of material on here. Starts off with a track called Acoustiki by Zuzana Vetzik. Again, I'm not sure who Zuzana Vetzik is. Maybe we should have a look. Maybe I should find out. Oh, Darren, why don't you do your research? Oh, what's the fun in that? Then it looks like I know what I'm talking about, and I prefer everyone to moan at me that I don't know what I'm doing. It says that she's got an entry on Eurostrings EU. Oh no, she's one of these terrible European people. Zuzana Vetzik was born in Gdańsk in Poland. There you go. She won the Fahrenheit Scholarship. Good for her. Anyway, they covered one of her songs, followed by Brundlebeat, which is again written by Leah Cardos, the doctor behind the Stylophone Orchestra itself. Brundle. I wonder if that's any reference to The Fly. And then we get Oxygen Part 4 by Jean-Michel Jarre. We're in familiar waters now. It ticks all the boxes, and that's followed up by Blade Runner's end title scene by, of course, Mr. Vangelis. I play drum now. Boom, 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 boom. That's my Vangelis impression. And it's funny because although we it's very familiar. The way it's arranged, it sounds like a jar piece. It sounds like something from Equinox, but it isn't. It's the entire was for Blade Runner. But they do overlap, those two, don't they? We flip it over. We have music for the Funeral of Queen Mary by Henry Purcell. Of course, this was used in A Clockwork Orange, and played by Wendy Carlos. It's that famous. See, it's almost like you're watching the movie. I was cured, all right. Followed by Space Oddity by, like I say, Mr. Bowie, and there are vocals as well, so you can sing along. And then we have a tribute to Harold Budd called A Lancia Goodbye, again written by Leo Cardos. And the track that hooked me in was an ending Ascent by Brian Eno from the Apollo soundtrack. So that got me in. And I must admit, it's not a long record, it's not a long album, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute of it. I really did. It was really good. Good mixture of covers, good mixture of music. Again, some of them familiar, some of them not. I think they got the track listing, track run, just right. From the new stuff or the unfamiliar into the familiar and out again. I think just right. The Space Oddity is probably a lot of people are going to be drawn to that. And oh God, I've forgotten the name of it. Yeah, the version of Space Oddity on it reminded me of the Langley Schools Music Project, which is a great record. Again, it's something you do need to check out. It's a great record where teachers and school kids cover a number of pop songs of the time, and Space Oddity is one of them. And this, again, some of the arrangements of that has the same kind of naivety as the Langley Schools Music Project, and I'm not meaning that I think it's a nice homely kind of atmosphere. It's it's a kind of homespun kind of feel to it, which I think is really really cool. And it reminded me of that album, and so it puts them in good. I think it's a cult album, by the way, the Langley Schools Music Project. Do check it out. It's a cult album. I think it's truly a work of brilliance, because again, back when I was a kid, they used to make us sing things like Yellow Submarine and Streets of London, so it chimes in with my school experience, because all the teachers were hippies. So yeah, this is great. I really enjoyed it, but there's more to it than that, because I got it on vinyl. Because and this vinyl you're gonna love. You're gonna love this. Are you ready? That's the B side. Look at the A side. Look at that. That's cool, isn't it? Oh, so yeah. If you love the Stylophone, and I've got to admit, a lot of it on here doesn't sound like a Stylophone. It isn't that horrible, wasp in a tin can kind of noise that you get. They're very clever with the arrangements and production. Again, because Visconti is the co-producer. It's a lot more subtle. It's a lot more subtle than that. It's not as on the nose as some Stylophone music is. It's very finely crafted, and you'll be surprised at what the Stylophone can do. So yeah, if you like electronica, if you want to find something a little bit left of centre, a little bit different, then this is the album, Stylophonika from the Kingston University Stylophone Orchestra. It paid off. My gamble paid off. It was good. So good, I played it twice, back to back. I did. I played it twice. Very rare. Only that Pharaoh Saunders, I've got it down there, album. I keep doing it. It's the second time. But it is a short album, so I didn't mind popping it on again. So yeah, do check this one out. I thoroughly recommend it. Yeah, brilliant. Up there with was it London Saxophonic as an album? That was a guy. I liked that album back in the day. London Saxophonic do Nyman's music. That was good. Again, instruments doing music you're not used to. That's a good genre of compilation. Anyway, I better do the running. My name's been Darren Locke. I've been talking about, like I said, Stylofonika, Kingston University Stylophone Orchestra. Really good, recommend it. And that's that. Thanks for watching. There's only one more thing to say by now. You should know what that is. And that is PROG on.